could fire a massive shell over 10 scores of miles.
During World War II, Nazi Germany created some of history's most bizarre and terrifying machines. As the war ended, many were abandoned, buried, forgotten, or left to rust. From monstrous tanks to asymmetrical planes and amphibious bikes, these strange vehicles vanished into obscurity. Join us as we explore 10 of the strangest Nazi vehicles ever unearthed. Number 10. Panzer VIII, Maus. The Panzerkampfwagen 8 Maus was Nazi Germany's most ambitious tank, designed by Ferdinand Porsche and approved by Hitler as a nearly invincible super-heavy vehicle. Weighing 188 metric tons, it remains the heaviest fully enclosed armored combat vehicle ever built. Only 2 prototypes were completed, one with a working turret and drivetrain, the other just a chassis. Too heavy for most bridges, it required fording or special gear to cross rivers. Armed with a 128mm main gun and a 75mm coaxial gun, it could destroy any Allied tank. Yet the Maus was slow, mechanically unreliable, and vulnerable to air attacks. Development ended in late 1944 due to shifting priorities and resource shortages. After the war, Soviets combined parts from both prototypes into one unit, now housed at the Kubinka Tank Museum in Russia, an enduring symbol of over-engineered impracticality. Number 9. Messerschmitt Me 323 Gigant. The Messerschmitt Me 323 Gigant was the largest land-based transport aircraft used during World War II. Derived from the Me 321 glider, it featured 6 engines and could carry 10 and 12 tons of cargo, or up to 120 fully equipped troops, an extraordinary feat for the time. Built to support major campaigns like the invasions of the Soviet Union and North Africa, it was a logistical breakthrough but a tactical liability. Slow and lightly armed, the Me 323 was highly vulnerable. In 1943, a large formation was shot down over the Mediterranean en route to Tunisia. Most were destroyed or scrapped after the war. In 2012, divers off Sardinia found submerged remains of an Me 323, confirmed by serial numbers. No complete aircraft survives, but the Me 323 remains a symbol of massive ambition and massive vulnerability in wartime aviation. Number 8. The Kugelpanzer. This odd one-man vehicle resembles a metal sphere with 2 large outer wheels and a small tail wheel for balance. It lacks visible weapons, has only a narrow vision slit, and was powered by a small engine, indicating it was meant for short-range missions. The true purpose of the Kugelpanzer remains a mystery. Theories include reconnaissance, communications, cable laying, or base patrol. It was shipped from Nazi Germany to Imperial Japan during their alliance and later appeared in Manchuria, possibly tested by the Japanese Kwantung Army. No documents explain its role, and no evidence suggests more than one was ever built. Today, the Kugelpanzer is displayed, unrestored, at the Kubinka Tank Museum near Moscow, painted silver gray. With no blueprints or official records, it stands as one of World War II's strangest and most enigmatic vehicles. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell right now. Number 7. Fieseler Fi-103 R. Reichenberg. Developed in 1944, the Reichenberg was a modified V-1 missile fitted with a cockpit, allowing a pilot to manually guide it toward a target. It was conceived as a desperate weapon during Nazi Germany's final war phase. Unlike the standard unmanned V-1, the Reichenberg was intended to be piloted by a volunteer, crashing directly into enemy positions. Though not officially labeled a suicide weapon, pilots were expected to bail out just before impact, an almost impossible feat at high speeds and low altitudes. Several prototypes were built, including gliders and powered models. Famed test pilot Hannah Reich flew several test missions, reporting severe control issues. The project was linked to the Leonidas Squadron, a Luftwaffe unit rumored to conduct self-sacrifice missions, though no Reichenbergs saw combat. After the war, incomplete units were found in Dannenberg and Nordhausen. Today, one survives at the RAF Museum in London. Number 6. The Schwimmwagen. Schwimmwagen was Nazi Germany's answer to the need for a lightweight, amphibious vehicle capable of tackling rough terrain and water crossings. Based on the VW Kübelwagen and powered by a rear-mounted engine, it featured a watertight hull, retractable propeller, and paddle-shaped wheels. Produced between 1942 and 1944, over 15,000 were built, making it the most widely manufactured amphibious car in history. Used by reconnaissance teams and engineers, it operated in rivers, swamps, and coastal zones, especially on the Eastern Front. Many were abandoned in lakes and marshes after the war, often due to breakdowns or fuel shortages. Recovered units have been found with rusty exteriors but well-preserved interiors. Today, restored Schwimmwagons appear at reenactments and vintage shows, some still fully operational on land and water, a tribute to their innovative WE2 design. Number 5. BMW R75 with sidecar. The BMW R75 with sidecar was a versatile motorcycle used extensively by the German Wehrmacht in World War II. Designed for rough terrain, it featured a driven sidecar wheel connected by a drive shaft, allowing excellent performance over mud, snow, and slopes. Used for scouting, courier missions, and troop transport, it could also be armed with a machine gun for combat support. Over 16,000 units were produced between 1941 and 1944. In 2007, hikers in Germany's Black Forest found an abandoned R75, partially buried under moss and debris. Remarkably intact, it still had its sidecar, flat tires, preserved frame, and faint Wehrmacht markings. Nearby, decayed saddlebags held rusted tools and a torn military map. Experts believe it was left behind during a retreat in World War II's final stages, likely due to mechanical failure. Number 4. The Landkreuz P-1000 Rata. Among the most outlandish concepts of World War II engineering, few rival the scale of the Landkreuz P-1000 Rata. Personally commissioned by Hitler, the Rata was to be the largest tank ever, 115 feet long, over 1,000 tons, and manned by more than 20 crew members. Armed with naval-caliber guns, anti-aircraft systems, and nearly impenetrable armor, it was a land battleship in every sense. Yet the Rata never moved beyond blueprints and scattered components. It was far too heavy for roads or bridges, consumed fuel massively, and would have been an easy aerial target. After the war, rusted fragments and design plans were found sealed in a Berlin bunker, grim symbols of Nazi excess. Though never built, the Rata remains infamous, a steel behemoth of failed ambition, now memorialized in Germany's Military Technical Museum in Koblenz. Number 3. SDKFZ-2 The SDKFZ-2 Kettenkrad was one of the most unusual vehicles used by Nazi Germany in World War II. Combining a motorcycle's front fork with the tracked rear of a small tank, it formed a compact half-track built for rough terrain. Originally made for airborne troops, its versatility saw it used widely across various fronts. Powered by a 1.5-liter Opel engine, it could tow light artillery, lay cables, and transport supplies or personnel. Over 8,000 were produced between 1940 and 1944. In the early 2000s, one was found in a collapsed farmhouse in northern France, remarkably preserved beneath rubble. Its treads, front wheel, and engine housing remained intact. Likely abandoned during a German retreat, it was later restored and now features in historical reenactments, a rare example of inventive wartime engineering. Number 2. The Schienenwolf. The Schienenwolf, or rail wolf, was a simple yet effective German sabotage tool. A reinforced rail car with a massive plow or claw towed behind a locomotive to tear up railway tracks. Used mainly on the Eastern Front, it helped retreating German forces disrupt Soviet supply lines. The claw ripped through wooden ties and ballast, twisting steel rails beyond repair. Delays could last weeks or months. Unlike tanks, it had no armor or weapons. Its value lay solely in its role as a destroyer of infrastructure. Multiple versions existed, all based on the same principle. Most were destroyed, abandoned, or repurposed after the war. One preserved unit was found in a sealed tunnel in Poland, rusted but intact. Now restored and displayed at a Polish railway museum, it offers a rare glimpse into Germany's wartime sabotage tactics. Number 1. Ju-87, Stuka Dive Bomber. The Junkers. Ju-87 Stuka was Nazi Germany's main dive bomber early in World War II, known for its gull wings and terrifying dive sirens. It dominated during blitzkrieg campaigns in Poland and France, but became obsolete against faster Allied fighters. In 2015, divers discovered a rare Stuka submerged in a fjord near Ålesund, Norway, likely downed during the 1940 Norwegian campaign. Cold, oxygen-poor waters preserved much of the wreck, including the fuselage, wings, and faded Luftwaffe markings. The shattered canopy remained partially intact, and serial numbers confirmed its identity. The aircraft was carefully recovered and sent to a conservation facility. Though heavily corroded, experts aim to stabilize it for future display. The find is historically significant. Fewer than a dozen Stuka airframes survive, offering a rare glimpse into Germany's airborne arsenal of early World War II. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching.